Hi everyone, this is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. I just got out of the shower and I look like a pirate. Remember to subscribe to this channel and to spread the word, retweet my tweets, which I will mention shortly. I want to thank all of the people who have been sending Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies my way. On my Monero video, I just had a comment by a Vcash fan, and the Vcash fan said he would send me Vcash. So, as I said, I'll mention your cryptocurrency if you say you're gonna send me it. I have a Vcash address ready. The Vcash address will be at the end of this video. Hey, and the Monero guy never actually sent me the Monero, which is kind of funny, I guess. Anyway, I am really proud of my last video that I just did, the Australian Bitcoin address video, where I figured out where the Australian Bitcoin auction Bitcoin is being stored. I'd love for you to all retweet that tweet. I will link to that tweet. As you can see from that video, which I love, and still, the money still has not been distributed from that address, so we still have a lot to figure out here. No announcement has been made on who won, but you get exclusive news here at this channel. Obviously, it's now obvious from that information that I broke yesterday. And again, I think that was my most important video I've ever published in terms of Bitcoin. So if you ever want me to do some kind of research for you guys, if you're some big corporation out there, just email me at adam@disruptmeister.com and we can figure something out, I'm sure. The volatility of the last few days, wow! I hope all of you had a strong hand like I do. As most of you know, some of you newcomers don't know, I don't sell. I am long Bitcoin. That is what I recommend for everyone. This is not about playing games, flipping Bitcoins. It's about just buying Bitcoin. So basically, when the price went down to like $520, it was a great opportunity to buy. And I did buy. You have to be calm during these type of price spikes in either direction, by the way. If it's going up, you don't go crazy either. You're happy. But if it's going down, you don't get depressed and jump out a window and sell everything. If you sell, that only leads to more of a price drop, and you will regret it when the price comes back up. Because remember, all of us believe that it's going to be at least $1,000 by the year 2020. So what's the deal? If it's going between 500 and 700, you're still getting it on sale. Don't panic. I will link to an Andreas video where he kind of jokes about, not jokes, but says this is not about trading. Bitcoin is not about trading. It's about learning and other interesting things. So, and I also want to mention another guy I always mention, Vinny Lingham. I will share his Twitter. This guy has been spot on about everything. My God, he is a good prognosticator. Vinny Lingham is great. He's great. What can I say? You know, we have all these people all over the internet trying to make predictions about a million different things, and they're wrong all the time. This guy doesn't go bragging about his predictions. He just makes them, and very solid, and he bases it on facts and his intelligence, not on what the webbot told him. He's a very smart man. I think he's smarter than the webbot, by the way, guys. The Brexit. Wow, so that was the recovery part of the volatility this week. I was on Thursday night. I'm up at 11:30 p.m. I see Bitcoin just surging back up toward 640 or whatever, and it's because of this Brexit. They won. They're leaving. England's leaving. Great. Yes, that's great. It's great for Bitcoin. As I said, it would be great for Bitcoin. And so that's what I care about the Brexit, that it is good for Bitcoin and starting to get people to think about these currencies, the euro. If the euro totally goes to the tank, which I think it will eventually, or even gets halfway down the tank, it's gonna help Bitcoin a lot. So that's good. I was sent a Satoshi Nakamoto quick little YouTube video that I'm gonna post below. I thought it was really funny. It kind of portrays the media as being crazy, and I think that's or into sensationalism, which is a real life type of thing, at least when it comes to their interest in Satoshi. So I think you'll find it interesting. The guy wanted me to spread the word for him, so hey, it's funny. It's whatever, 5 minutes. It's good. And I'll link to it below. Yeah, so this weekend, what do we have in store for us? Well, you remember last weekend it was pretty solid. I think it went down some. But remember the weekends before that? We might have another China weekend again. I guess that's what we call it when we think if the Chinese are boosting the price. So who knows? You never know if a China weekend's along is going to be starting in a few hours because it'll be Saturday there, and well, you know the difference. Anyway. And I will leave you with this quote that this BitFury guy tweeted out. I'll have to link to that too, I guess. Just had a multi-billion family office approach us to sell them 25,000 Bitcoin. Not selling. Now, I don't know if this guy's telling the truth or not, but wow, if he's telling the truth, if someone's looking for 25,000 Bitcoin, then maybe they just lost the Australian auction for a similar amount of Bitcoin. That's kind of an odd number. Or maybe with all this volatility in Europe, there's people are starting to think like I better get my hands on a lot of Bitcoin, and it's kind of hard to get my hands on 25,000. So hey, if that's really true, that's great. I will leave you on that good note. I'm Adam Meister. Talk to you later.